All right, so like I said, I've done a little bit of introduction. My name is Sandra, and I'm a remote work strategist. So today's topic, we're just going to be diving deep into strategic job application system. Now, one thing I've noticed is a lot of people are consistent in their job applications. They know the right job what to apply for. I mean, they also know they've done their CV, like they've revamped their CV, the LinkedIn profile, but yet you're still not getting results. Now, this is what we're basically going to be treating in this class. How you can stay consistent, get results, and still not get burnt out. Because job application is can be doubting, it can be emotionally draining, especially when you're giving it your all and you're not getting the right results. I'm saying this because I've been there before. You know what it means for you to put out 5 to 10 to 15 applications on a daily basis, and everything comes back to you as an unfortunate email, or you just get ghosted by these recruiters. You're not getting any feedbacks. You put out 30, 40 applications weekly, and you're getting just one or no reply. That alone can be traumatizing. Sincerely, it can put you to that place whereby you just give up, you get discouraged with the job application process. Now, job application is a job on its own, but having the right strategy or making use of the right strategy makes it all worth it. I mean, to get to that level whereby you apply for 10 to 30 jobs weekly and you're getting 6 interview callbacks. That's a milestone you would want to celebrate. So basically, I would be talking on that on this training. That is what I'm just going to be hitting on. So welcome to class. In this training, we're going to uncover why your traditional job searching often leads to frustration and how the strategic job application system, which is the SJAS, can revolutionize your remote job hunt. Now, why most job seekers fail at consistency, it's not about effort but strategy. So you might be putting in the effort, the right effort, and still your strategy will fail you if you are not using the right strategy. Now, the difference between random job application and strategic application is quality over quantity, with purpose, of course. So it's not just you knowing the right job boards, knowing where to apply for jobs, but it's also about having the right strategy. So let's just run with this very quickly. Now, what the system will help you achieve: one is efficiency, two, results, and three, peace of mind. I mean, you can apply for jobs, you can be actively applying for jobs, and you also have efficiency, you also get good results, and then you also have peace of mind. Because if you don't have peace of mind, you can get discouraged on this journey. So imagine getting interviews invites weekly, even without sending thousands of resumes blindly. I mean, that is something every one of us wants to see. It doesn't matter number of interviews you send out on a weekly basis, but imagine you're getting callbacks. You get to apply for 30 jobs and you're getting 5 to 10 interview invites. It means that you are not just applying to numbers, but your applications is very quality. So let's run with this. Now, the remote work revolution. Why your current job hunt isn't working and how you can fix it. Now, we'll go with the mindset shift. Treat your job hunt like a project. Job application is a project, it's a part time job. So you need to start treating it in that light. It's not just a job application, but it's also a part time job for you. It's a side gig. It's something you need to take professional. It's something you need to take very seriously. Please, if at any point you cannot hear me clearly, please just do a reaction so that I can revert back. Now, the remote job search is a part time job. Dedicate specific time, focus time each week, just like any other professional commitment. Now, your weekly goals is to focus on, sorry about that. Now, your weekly goals is to focus on quality plus quantity. Balance sending many applications with tailoring each one for maximum impact. Also, the system is freedom plus energy plus results. Now, an organized approach frees up mental space, boosts motivation, and deliver tangible outcomes. Now, your weekly targets, 30 applications or more, not stress. I mean, if you're applying to 30 applications on a weekly basis, the goal is for you to apply strategically to jobs that are good fits for you and jobs whereby you can get results in terms of getting interviews. So it's not just about applying for this job, it's about getting results. Now let's unpack the problem, the circle of burnout, rejection, and inefficiency. Now, many job seekers they fall into this trap. You send out countless applications with little or no strategy. Now, this can lead to a disheartening circle. The result often it often results to burnout. Of course, if you're sending applications, you're not getting results, you get burnt out. Then, of course, the rejections, when you're getting those generic rejections, automated rejections, it just shows that you're definitely not doing something right about your job applications. Now, inefficiency without a system, effort are scattered and time is wasted. And I believe that none of us have that much time to waste. We all want results. You want to secure a remote job, you want to secure a high paying remote job, but then what system have you put in place? Are you applying blindly? Are your CVs well revamped? Is your LinkedIn profile well optimized? What strategies have you put in place in your job application that it will give you results? So I want to run through this quickly with you. In 2022, I noticed I was applying for so many jobs and I was not getting any result, like no callbacks. And it got to a period that, let me give you a number. I was applying between 10 to 15 jobs on a daily basis. With that kind of number daily, imagine applying for, imagine applying for, I'm coming, baby. Imagine applying for 10 to 15 jobs on a daily basis, and that's over 50 jobs weekly. And then you're not even getting a single callback. That is really, really disheartening. I mean, it can drain you to the last. But you know, one thing I've always done is not to give up on the process. Yes, um, the process can take time, but then also, if you're doing it the right way, you would be getting some level of result in terms of some interview coming in. This is definitely something you will get. But when you're doing it totally wrong, sincerely, you're not getting any interviews, you will get burned out in it. So let's continue as I unpack this more. So we'll break down this circle and show you how SJAS provides a clear path out. Now, let's introduce the strategic job application system, your blueprint for high volume and low stress remote applications. How can you put out numbers of applications, get results, and not get burnt out? That is what this is about. How you can put out strategic applications, put out those numbers out there, be strategic, be consistent, and not get burnt out. Now, the strategic job application is a comprehensive framework designed to streamline your remote job search, ensuring you apply to numerous positions weekly without sacrificing your well-being or the quality of your applications. Now, this system is in three phases. Now, the pre-application power up, the automated application lead, and the strategic follow-up and networking. Now, each phase integrates specific tools and techniques to help you manage efficiency and impact. Now, let's look at phase one. Now, the phase one is your pre-application power up, crafting your master toolkit and targeting strategy. Now, first thing you want to do is get your CV ready. Get your CV ready. If you're applying for jobs, I believe by now you should have, if you're actively applying for remote jobs, by now you should have up to 4, 5 different kind of resumes. You should have different CVs. Even if you just have one job role, you should have different tailored CVs. Now, so this helps to reduce time wasting because you don't have to start crafting the CV when you want to apply for job. You already have your CV. The best you can do is just edit this CV before you get started with your job applications. Also, the next one is to optimize your LinkedIn profile. If your LinkedIn profile is not well optimized, this is the point where you get to optimize it. And if you've not watched the video from the last training we had, where I talked about how you can get results applying for jobs on LinkedIn, and I talked about how you can optimize the LinkedIn profile, it's on my YouTube channel. You can go there and watch that video. So it helps you on how you can optimize your LinkedIn. Now, portfolio and personal website. If you are in a field that requires you to have portfolio, like the virtual assistant, you are in the tech field, you want to have a good portfolio. Also, let's look at targeting strategies. Identify ideal remote jobs. All jobs are definitely not for you. I mean, you cannot be applying to just every remote job. Identify jobs that are ideal for you. Research target companies. See, there are a lot of US companies that employ globally. Research for these companies and target applying to those companies' websites. It doesn't have to be on job sites you apply all the time. There are a whole lot of US, UK companies that employ globally. Target them, research these companies and target them. Apply to their website directly. You don't need any job board to be in the middle. Just apply to those companies directly. Now, define your non-negotiables in terms of salary. What is the least salary you can take for this job role? Your culture, your flexibility, define them so that one recruiter or employer doesn't come and play around with you. Also, create your dream job profile. How do you want your job profile to be like? Create it. It's one way to get success. Create it. Now let's go to phase two, the automated application bleed. Now, tools and techniques for rapid submission. You want these things in check because it helps you with your job application. It gives you speed in submitting your job applications. Now, one is the resume builder. Utilize platform like ZT or Kick Resume for professional ATS friendly CVs. Now, some of these platforms they are free. I think ZT is still free. You can still get free CVs from ZT and also Keep Resume. So use them to craft your resume. You can check ZT on Google or and Keep Resume. You can absolutely craft amazing ATS international standard resumes that you will make use of in applying for jobs. Also, look at AI writing tools like your Grammarly, your ChatGPT to customize your cover letters. I think I've shared in the group prompts you can use to craft your cover letter. So at every point before you submit your application, you can tailor that cover letter before you submit. Now the tracker system. I have the Google job tracker system, of course, which I'll be sharing at the end of this training. It helps you manage your application, deadlines, and helps you follow up on jobs you have applied for efficiently. I've used the tracker system before and it works amazingly for me. The management is great because every job you've applied for, you are able to note them down and it helps you follow up on this job to know which one has invited you for interview, the ones that have not invited you for interview, the ones where you progressed from interview, you're waiting for their final response. It's an amazing template that everyone should use if you're actively applying for job. Now let's go to the Chrome extension. You can make use of Chrome extension like the Simply for jobs and the Hunt extension. It helps you just do a one-click application. Now the phase three, strategic follow-up and networking. This is just to help your application stand out. After applying for this job, what else do you do? Do you just go and sleep? Or do you just feel like, oh, they will respond to me? Have you tried following up on intensively following up on recruiters after you apply for job? If you applied by email, you might want to follow up by email also. If you applied on LinkedIn, you might also want to follow up on LinkedIn. This system has worked for a lot of people and a lot of my students, and I definitely know that this can definitely work for you. You don't just apply for job and rest. Apply for this job and follow up on the job. See, follow up is very important when it comes to remote job applications. Follow up. Follow up on the recruiters. Send an email. If it is on LinkedIn, send them a DM, a cool DM. Sell yourself more so that they can look into your applications. I mean, you can't tell. You might even be the best there. They'll be open to call you for an interview. So
Where
the
are you
best
starting it from there?
way, connect with hiring managers,
Thank
connect
you,
with team
Papa.
members, engage on other people's
Oh,
content, especially companies' content.
my one and
Engage.
only. The
It
people of
shows
life and
genuine
internet is
interest.
period. Darling.
Engage. LinkedIn is one
Oh,
platform that I feel like if you're not making use of it yet, I mean, I don't know what you're doing. You're probably wasting time because LinkedIn gives you results. And I'm definitely sure because particularly I've gotten lots of results making use of LinkedIn for my job application. Now, reward success stories on how the strategic job application has helped a lot of people. I am my own testimony, and I've had a whole lot of my students use the same strategy and they've gotten results. Now, job application is not something you start applying for jobs today and you want to get the job tomorrow. I mean, if it happens for you quick, kudos to you, but it's a process. But one thing you should know is that if you're following the right strategy, you will definitely sure that you're on the right path. I mean, it makes a whole lot of sense when you know that, yes, you are in the right path, rather than you're just applying blindly uh, with no strategies, with no feedback. So job application, the strategic job application system has helped a lot of people. There was a time I had to take a pause on my job application because I mean it was getting tiring. I was getting burnt out. I just wanted a situation whereby I can apply for jobs and get good results. But it wasn't happening that way for me. And I mean, it's normal for it not to happen now. And I just had to take a pause for some while. And then I had to go back and research that what was I not doing right? What were the strategies that I was not doing good in? Was it my CV? Was it my LinkedIn profile? I started putting all of these pieces together. And I came about this job application strategy that has helped me and helped a whole lot of people that I've also put through. And I'm definitely sure that if you follow through with this step that I've given out, you're sure to get results. Now, note that at every point in time, you can take breaks. If it's not coming for the way you want it, it is okay. I mean, absolutely okay to take a break and come back. You mustn't be so hint on it to get
mm,
results, and especially when the results are not coming. Just know that it is okay to take a break sometimes and get back to your job application. Okay. So I'll be moving to the next slide. Your action plan. What is your action plan? It is implementation. Now, everything I've been saying since, if you do not implement, you're not going to get results. I mean, I see people say they want job. I don't know if you've gone on TikTok to look at comments of people that say they want to secure a remote job, they want to work, and they are not putting the right strategy in place. And even when they know, I mean, this is not difficult. Like, it is not something you might not have heard before. You might have heard it in different places before. But I think the major thing to look at is implementation. Implementation. How well have you put in these strategies you have heard of? People have talked about revamping your CV. Have you put in all of this into implementation? Implementing is very important, and you cannot take that out of your job application process. Now, the right implementation definitely will give you the right result. So this is it. Can you commit 3 application blocks weekly? So when I mean 3 application blocks, is doing 2 hours each. One application blocks is 2 hours. So can you commit 2 hours That would be 6 hours in a week to apply for jobs. Is this something you think you can do? Have you tried it before? But is it something you know that you can? Um, Now, committing this number of hours daily would skyrocket things for you. You don't have to stick to applying to jobs from morning till evening or spend 8 hours applying for jobs. You just need 2 hours daily. You just need 2 hours daily or 6 hours a week. Commit that time. Once your CV is revamped, your LinkedIn profile is optimized, you have all the tools you need. You just need 2 hours in a day to go on any job site. It could be LinkedIn, it could be on any other job site, and just search for this job and apply. You could apply 10 jobs in the space of 2 hours, and then you're done for the day. You don't have to stay. Okay, you don't have to spend more than 2 hours applying for jobs in a day. That will burn you out. And also another thing is applying for jobs and in the next 1 hour you're checking your emails already because you want to know if they've responded to you. That's a burnout already. Because if they've not responded, your mind is telling you that did I do anything wrong? Did I not apply well? But meanwhile, for companies, it differs. Their time to get back to you differs. Some companies will get back to you almost immediately. Some will take a week, some will take 2 weeks, some will take a month. So every company have their own rules and I mean their own ways they do things. So every company might not respond to you at the same time. So checking your emails all the time just to see if they've responded to you, I don't think that's needed. Just focus more on your job application. Focus more on it. Just focus more on your job application. I think it's going to save you a whole lot of time checking emails, going to your LinkedIn profile after you've applied to check your DMs to see if they've responded to you. No, it doesn't have to be all that. Just concentrate more on applying and looking at the result that comes in after you apply. So I'm going to be wrapping this up. If you have questions, I have about 10 minutes more. Okay, I have about 10 minutes more for questions. So if you have questions, please just put them in the comment section and I'll be attending to your questions. And just to mention that um, I'll be opening the group. If you're in the group, of course, you should be in the group, in the WhatsApp group. I'll be opening the group for more interaction going forward. I just want a group that is well organized and um, a situation whereby we are all professionals in the group. So if you have any questions, the group will be open so you can ask your questions. But if you want to ask right now, it's all good. You can ask. But if you want to ask in the group, please do well to ask your questions in the group. And yes, the recordings will be made available. I'll be posting the link to the recordings for those that could not join, those that are still on their way from work, and those that have other engagements that they couldn't join. I'll also be posting the recording so that they could have insight into what we've discussed this evening. So I'm waiting. Any questions, let me know. But if you do not have any questions, if you still have a questions, you can drop it on the WhatsApp group. I'll be opening the group for that. So if we do not have any questions, I want to say thank you for joining the section. I wanted it to be very precise and very quick. The job application, your remote job search journey is a whole lot, but don't give up. Don't give up. It's a lot. It can get doubting. Sometimes you doubt yourself if actually you are a good fit for the job. But see, just apply. Just apply. Don't think about it once. Apply. Whether your skills match or not. But I mean, you know that you have transferable skills to that job. Apply. Just apply and let the company decide if you are a good fit or not. But trust me, with a good CV, you definitely would be able to attract more recruiters with a good CV. You definitely will be able to attract more recruiters to yourself. Thank you, Edward. Thank you for staying to the end of the training. And thank you, Oluwaseun. And the last person said, I don't know the name, just iPhone. Oh, thank you, Oluwaseun. I'm glad you find the training impactful to you. I mean, don't give up on your job application journey. Remote job, I believe, is something that everyone should experience. Flexibility, and especially when you're working with an international company. And I tell you, it is very much possible to achieve this. I say it all the time, very much possible to achieve it. It is not something this is something I really want everyone here right now to have a taste of. So for Edward and for Oluwaseun, just to give you my gift for the day for staying to the end of the class. And this other person, I don't know who this person is, iPhone. So maybe you can message me on WhatsApp so I know who is this. But for Edward and Oluwaseun, send me your CV so I get to revamp your CV at no cost. I mean, my CV revamp service is for like I don't want to call the amount, but oh, blessing. Send me your CV so I can revamp your CV at no cost. That's if your CV is not revamped, but if it's revamped, we can have a one-on-one section. I can have a one-on-one section with you. That's after looking at your CV. So we're coming to the end of the class today. Thank you for joining, and I'll be sharing the recording soon, just in case you want to go through it again and again. So thank you all and enjoy your evening. Yes, please just WhatsApp me. I'll open the group, so just WhatsApp me or you can drop a message in the group once I open it and I will message you. But I prefer you just message me directly so that people that did not join this section and are waiting for the recording will not get an access to it. People that are waiting, because there are a lot of them waiting for recordings, they do not want to join, saying they're on their way, they're in traffic. Well, I understand because if you're living in Lagos, living in Nigeria, I mean, traffic can be a lot. Today it's Friday, so I quite understand that. So thank you all for joining. Have an amazing evening.